moment you don't even get
Yeah.
that luck
A
free.
lot of like most everything in League is like just instinctual. So
Right.
yeah, I think that it's a misconception that like your mistakes are so small once you're in Diamond or once you're in Masters that it's really hard to improve. But then the question is like, well, why do so many people get stuck there then? Because there are a lot of people for sure who are like stuck in Diamond for like a long time.
Yeah.
That's a tough question. I think there's different reasons for different people, but I think like for some people it's that they get to kind of a stopping point with the game where like if you're not intending to go pro or if you think it's unrealistic that it would take you so much time or so much effort to hit like masters or challenger or something like that, that I think a lot of people feel like satisfied with having gotten diamond and they
Sure.
just kind of like play a bare minimum number of games to like keep up with people who play the game and like maintain diamond.
Right.
The question would be then you have players who like play hundreds of games but are still in diamond 4, right? Like
Right.
and that's a whole nother issue. It's like, okay, well, why is this player playing so many games and still in diamond 4? And there can be lots of reasons for that. Like for me, I was still playing on locked camera and I was playing on like 60 ping, in Washington instead of. And so like I said, when I unlocked my camera and moved to a place where my ping was much better and then realized how that like high ping was impacting my ability usage, like
Sure.
the way that I changed using my abilities, the better connection and what was the other one?
The locked camera.
Yeah, the camera. I mean, that was probably a big piece of it. Right. So
Yeah.
there's like, you get into these habits. And especially for me, having played like a lot of one champion, it's really good to play a lot of one champion and you can play one champion into masters or whatever. But if you develop bad habits on one champion that you play, and you play a ton of games with those bad habits, it can be really hard to break them because now you've
Right.
like ingrained really bad habits into like hundreds and hundreds of games or thousands of games, and
Right.
now it's like that you're doing the wrong thing, but how do you break that instinctual conditioning? Because like we just talked about, the whole benefit of playing one champion is that you're in a lot of situations in league you're making these 1 second decisions based off of your instinct and the way things have gone before on that champion in that situation or a similar situation. So now all of
Right.
a sudden you have to use your like mental stack, your mental capacity to think about just build from the ground up. Like
Right.
it's almost like I'm gonna have to
You
take
can see
two
my
steps
stream, by the way,
backwards.
right?
Yeah, let me pull it up. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm yapping it forever, but
No, no, no. You're good. Keep going. Keep
okay, we're
going. I just want to
laning.
make sure you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But it's like you now you have to go back to square one. You have to like take two steps backwards because if you occupy your whole mental stack with like when am I using my abilities, like I'm a bronze player or something like that, that's going to make you worse in the short term, obviously. Just like
Yeah.
me unlocking my camera was going to make me worse in the short term because of course, like if I'm not used to playing that way, and my camera movement's terrible even when I do unlock it. Like I'm not getting that much benefit from it yet, and
Mhm.
it feels terrible, and like I'm messing up skill shots and stuff like that because of that. So it sucks when you do that thing initially, but if you end up playing so many games anyways and not making improvement because you're not going about it the right way, it could be worse because you just develop those bad habits.
Right.
Like, let's see, I kind of trolled by missing the beginning of this, but like,
No, you're good.
I think we shouldn't be in a situation where we're like down so much HP versus Zed as like a range champion, right? Like we must have misspaced or something, or gotten hit with too
Actually, I got
much.
him down to half health
Oh,
really early on, and
maybe
then he
it's
just used his pots.
yeah, maybe it's just bots actually. Oh yeah, he has long sword. Okay, yeah, so he had extra pots. That's why. Okay, actually, this is pretty good then, because you're like even in HP with him, and he had 2 pot advantage on you.
Right. He's got W soon. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is I have like 200 games on Zed,
Mm.
so I kind of know where the weak points are. So it's almost like playing in reverse here for me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's just really important. Like, we don't want to let him get a reset off because he's in a really bad situation. But at the same time, uh-oh. Yeah, he's going to try to reset here. Nice. Okay. Think you might be too low to stop him this time, but we'll see. Oh, he's just staying there. It's
I know
really, yeah,
Carthus was
so it's,
hot.
we're in a tough situation because it's really important to not let him recall here because of the bad situation that he's in, but we also don't want to like lose too much HP, which we kind of did. But like, I mean, you can't
Yeah,
stop
the
him
minion
without
wave.
doing that there.
Yeah, Warwick just won't come.
Do you have ignite or TP?
He does,
He
yeah.
has ignite. Okay, I think you're chilling.
I have seen eons of suffering.
Yep, nice. Because he's trying to get his reset off by looking to shove there. So TPing back there is good.
Yeah, I didn't want to burn it, but I saw the opportunity for it.
Yeah, yeah. Since he doesn't have TP, like locking him in lane here is really really good for us.
My skies darken.
We want to make sure he's not recalling here again. Dang. Yeah, so we just shove this in now as fast as we can because he doesn't have TP. Yeah, if we're just like a little bit faster on that, if we keep him locked in this lane state where he's like down in items, that'd be really good. Whereas like since nobody's died, he's gonna come back essentially even in items with you. Whereas if we
Right.
stop his recall there, he's like stuck in this situation forever without being able to get a shove off, especially if he's losing an HP.
Gotcha.
But it was a good try, just a little bit slow.
I have no mana. That's not good.
Yeah, I don't think that you should have moved there for the grubs. I think that because you were really low on mana, once you had the wave shoved in, you might have wanted to recall right there. Like,
Huh. Okay.
for one, like your top laner was not in top and their top laner was in top. So you guys, even if you move and like commit a lot of time for grubs, you don't necessarily get that since you
Right.
guys are already down your top laner. And then like, we were just talking about the item advantage thing in mid. If you
Hmm.
recall there when Zed comes back on even item, now you're ahead in items, and you're not going to
Right.
lose a whole lot since you just got the wave shoved in. And
Gotcha.
then, so yeah, by moving like that, you kind of like tell your jungler like, hey, I'm putting a lot of priority onto you. Like you have to do this, or
Right.
like go for
Gotcha.
this play. This is what we're looking to do. And then if it's not a good play, then you're kind of baiting him into doing the wrong thing. And then the other thing that happens that or the way that the fight went is like if you W the Scion wall or if you wall the Scion ult,
Oh,
that's like
right.
really good
I didn't
interaction.
even think of that. Yeah, I
I have seen
literally did not think of
allies
that.
been slain.
So that's like yeah, when we're thinking this game about like how do we use our abilities as good as possible, like one would be, you know, walling the Scion ult would be big there. That might change the way that the fight plays out because Warwick got kind of isolated when like we saw Zed moving from mid, but he didn't get out of the situation fast enough. So Zed was collapsing on him from below, and then Scion ulted him from above. If all of a sudden we like cancel, you know, Scion being able to come in the same way from above, all of a sudden Warwick doesn't get blown up like that at the start of the fight might actually
Right.
go differently, and then your whole decision to move may have actually been okay.
Gotcha.
It's hard for me to say, I don't know. And then the other thing is like at the beginning of the fight, you threw your Q, your stun at the Karthus, and it missed. And
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
bread and butter for Anivia is like using your wall into your stun. So I would have liked you to have like not just looked for a Q and kind of open space there where he's like not up against a wall or anything like that. You know, either we didn't have our W or like we didn't use it in combination with our Q.
Yep.
So I'd like to either wait for that or like use that so that our stun is more guaranteed there on him.
Gotcha.
Then it could have turned into like Warwick turning on the Karthus and us picking Karthus at the start of the fight too, which might have also made things go differently.
Right. Okay, Warwick's going top.
Yeah, so like if you're laning against Scion, like another big interaction, right, is if he goes to Q you, your stun will cancel his Q.
Right.
So that would be what we're looking to do with that, unless, you know, we're just poking him. Like,
Shit.
The cycle ends.
yeah, and then I was just about to say too, like, since we, you know, threw Q there, if our Q is on cooldown, then we're like in a more vulnerable situation versus Scion because he can walk up and charge his Q on us. We can't do
Right.
anything about it. So that's like a window for him. So we don't want to give him those windows.
Oh, and I stopped buying pots after like the first fountain, and probably cut the control board purchasing by like 80%.
That's cool. Yeah.
And I've noticed that like my power spikes are arriving at more proper times. You know, because that 200 or 300 gold that accumulates.
Yeah,
from
like we talked
purchasing
about.
those.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a
Yeah, that's good.
quick.
So Warwick's on Dragon, so we gotta look there. See what's going on. Like Morgana's moving to it, but they're contesting it.
Enemy killing spree. An ally has been slain.
I have seen eons of suffering. Life is corruption. Ice is purity. My sky dark.
Yeah, just little things. Like when we're walking at the Zed, there's like two little things. Like one, he probably, I mean, I guess we didn't see. I think he had his W.
I didn't know if he used W or not.
he didn't
I think
use
he
it
used it.
when you walked at him, but
Yeah,
he
I
probably
was
has
assuming
it. But
he did.
either way, like if we don't know that he, whether he used it or not, so we're assuming that he has it, which we were there, which is fine. Like if we assume Zed has W, then if we throw like our Q or even just our W at him, that's kind of bad because he's probably just going to dodge it for free with his W. So I think one of the best things you can do there is actually to just continuously walk at him.
That is tragic.
Yeah, I think that the tower was kind of like undefendable, so I don't think we TP there.
I wanted to clear the wave real quick, and then
Yeah,
their
just not
damage
enough
gets
time.
reduced against it, and then
Right.
clean up as a 1v2.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough time, unfortunately. But yeah, so when
Yeah.
we're walking at the Zed or anyone who has like a dash, rather than throwing your ability right away, just walk at them and see what they do. Like,
Gotcha.
a lot of times they're going to expect, especially at this rank, that somebody running at them is just going to throw their ability at them right away. And so if you just walk at them and see what they do first and like let them make the first move, then you're going to be able to react better to what abilities they still have to dodge your stuff. Like, even if you have to throw, let's say, like just W because he's actually like holding his shadow, or maybe we don't know that he doesn't have it. If you throw W, if he has W, then he's gonna, like W over the wall or around your wall, and then you throw Q at him because now he's used his W. Or if he doesn't have the W and doesn't W over your wall and he's just walking around it, well, then that's when you would like throw your Q, and look for the stun. So, that's important. And then the second thing about that is like when you're walking at somebody and you're trying to cut them off, especially in a situation like that was kind of like 3v1, like your HP doesn't matter a whole lot because the guy's either just going to get caught there or like he's not going to like do that much damage back to you. So you can just like take the most direct path to cut the guy off rather than walking straight at
like
him.
a tangent, I think.
Yeah, especially if he's got a dash or something like that. And we know that he's not going to, be where he's at, but he's going to go to where he's trying to go. So, like, taking a straight line to the turret there is, like, better than walking straight at him.
Right. Oh, I put him on the wrong side of it.
It's okay, little things. So, like, then when we TP'd bot and Nyla went on us, like the timing thing is just unfortunate. Like I understand like the concept, but then we can actually like because we can recast our Q to stun early. You could have stunned Nyla there. It's just when she was dashing in, it has to be really fast because she was like right on top of you.
I didn't even know that interaction. I didn't know she was able to dash like that.
Yeah, so
it's one of those things where it's like my second time maybe playing against her.
Right. So since she's one of these champions that can dash on top of you like that, like in that situation, you might have been okay, especially since you got like egged like right outside your turret. You might have lived if you get the stun off against her and then like you egg under your turret or something. So it's like if we reactivate that Q really quickly there, we might have actually been able to stun her, but it missed. And then we had this interaction with Sion just now where we like hit him with the Q, did a little bit of damage to him, but then he was able to trade back with us because we got too close to him when our Q was on cooldown again.
I should have seen him doing that, and I evolved.
That was a good try. That was good that he like flashed ulted that way. And again, like the important thing, of course, with these interactions is that we're just trying to do the right thing, even if it like we're too slow or it misses. It's better that we're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
So even if we mess up Wing the Sion wall or the Sion ult, we're gonna get it at some point this game, and that's gonna be really big.
Should I TP top here?
Let's like look for the play mid first, and then see what happens. See if we can catch Nyla.
So fucking fast.
Yeah, I think she ghosted or whatever. Yeah, that's fine. It's unfortunate that she was able to get so much distance and stuff, right? But like, Yeah, the Nyla is like picked there, and then I was gonna say we could TP top afterwards, but the tower's gone because it took so long to get her. But
Right.
that's just because she used everything, so it's fine. It's not good for her to use everything and die anyways.
Right.
But yeah, your team's definitely like behind. We have objective bounties, right? Their team's got all these tier 1 turrets, and so like good way for us to try to catch back up in gold. Teemo's coming from top of you. Yeah, the best way to catch up at this point is like we need to pick up some of these tier 1 towers before we like start fighting them.
Right. Okay.
We need to just give our team some room to catch up. Especially like if we let Darius split push some of these tier 1 turrets down, we get objective gold. Yeah, you're gonna have to give this your like 1v3 here. Nice. Yeah, you can match Scion bot, let Darius keep doing his thing top. Hopefully he wins that. Get ready to wall him too.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I fucking choked so bad.
Yeah, the other thing of course is that like, you know, a champion that doesn't have a Anivia wall or whatever is gonna just like body block that.
Right.
So like you guys can both body block it. And
Flat on it or
even though you were gonna die, like you have passive, so yeah, I would have liked to see you both just try to body block. I think it makes your wall probably easier to use too if you're just like right on top of where it needs to be,
yeah.
instead of having to worry about the range.
No, I could see the play in my head,
Right.
and then the muscle memory kicked in
You
instead
shouldn't have to flash in the way. You know, right? Like you should get the wall or be standing in the way, but
Right.
either way, like we're trying to do the right thing, so it is what it is.
I hear whispers beneath the ice.
So Warwick might be looking, so we want to see what he's doing. Yeah, now you're going to help mid. We gotta go catch the top wave.
Warwick's got it.
Okay. Nice.
The cycle ends here.
Okay, Darius is doing stuff. That's good.
Yeah, after you, yeah, Darius is actually getting a good push off here, but once you killed the Karthus, you shouldn't have
Yeah.
chased into the jungle like that. Like you had
I
Scion
was trying to
top.
help Warwick. That's why I did
Right,
that.
right. But yeah, you like you can't. You're like making a bad situation. Like let's say Warwick gets picked there, you're like making a bad situation worse. Because let's say Warwick dies there, but you and your AD carry don't. Then like this tower take doesn't happen. Actually, they're not getting this anyways. They're all dying to Morgana. And you know, League's a weird game because now all of a sudden, because you know you died like this, your team got inhib because they decided to keep pushing.
Right.
So that's, you know, it's funny how that works out, but
Solo queue
but yeah,
effect,
you in general, right? If Warwick runs out and dies like that, you know, we don't want to make it a worse situation.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you got to get used to like the auto pathing that it forces people to take to
That's another
after
thing
the
I've been
wall.
learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, obviously, like if we think about the basics, if they're on like the right side of the wall, they're gonna go to like whatever's
It's the
closer.
shortest path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You gotta assume where they're pathing and then see
yeah,
what the shortest
but
route would be.
usually if they're gonna be on like the right side of the wall, they're gonna path around the right side
That's
because
actually
if
that
they're
seems
clicking in the
really
middle.
busted because if you can
Yeah.
catch them while they're pathing,
Right. That's what
you know, most
happens
people
most
aren't
of the
clicking
time.
fast enough.
And
Yeah, most
yeah,
people
yeah,
aren't clicking fast enough to
the lower
react.
rank you go, the more auto path it's going to be. So it auto paths them, you know, to the left or the right always. And
Right.
if they're, like I said, if they're more to the right, they're going to go, you know, around the wall to the right because that's probably closer to where they're clicking if they're clicking around the middle behind them.
Right.
Most people aren't clicking close enough to their character like they should be, or clicking fast enough, especially the lower rank you go, to react to Anivia wall well. So that's one of the
Right.
reasons why she's actually better at lower too.
Silence bot.
And we have
Yeah,
TPE.
push
We
this.
might look. I mean, they're definitely fighting here, but I think you keep pushing.
Yeah, keep pushing.
You might even ping them back because they're 4v3. But like they should be fine. Okay, there's like two people flashbacks, like Timo and Scion. So I would say you guys have no minion wave. I would say recall here. Actually, okay, you gotta pick. I would wait. Yeah. But you probably don't want to fight here because they probably have most of their team coming for you guys now. Nice.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Yep.
This turned quick.
Yeah. I think he has this. Oh, no. Yeah, like I
My
said.
killer. Yeah.
They,
I had item too.
yeah. It's like, oh, he got her with the bleed. That's not too bad. It's really not too bad. I don't think they're going to get anything off of it. But yeah, you don't want to look to fight there until you have more information about where people are because you guys were outnumbered and then went for the fight. Like if it was me there, I'd like ping Darius back. Like especially when we're just waiting for the minion wave in the beginning too. Like there's just no reason to stand that far up. It's
Right.
just, like,
Okay.
Medium risk, zero reward for standing up there with no wave.
That's a good way of putting it.
And you like show them your intent too. So like if Darius stands in front of the turret there, oh my god, they're doing it again. If he stands in front of the turret there without his wave, waiting for the wave, he shows them that he's still there intending to push. Whereas if he goes, you know, back and waits for the wave, or they don't know whether he's staying and they're wasting, or, you know, and they need to go top, or whether he's leaving and they're wasting their time going up for him
Right.
when he's already going to be gone. So much better to just not show what you're doing. It's like a great example of when people think that like taking space always means that it's is always a positive thing, and it doesn't necessarily matter.
Right.
But yeah, things are going pretty well now that you guys picked up all these turrets again.
Yeah, we were like down 7,000 gold.
Yeah, you still gotta be a little bit careful, but like, yeah, this looks good. Okay, this is nice. They're getting pretty desperate in split pushing because things are kind of falling apart. I actually don't think they're behind by that much, if anything, to be honest, because it is 28 to 18.
Right.
You should probably back and deal with the split push. This is fine. I don't know that you needed to TP here. I think you could recall, or like maybe you need to recall a little bit earlier than I said it, but shouldn't have to blow TP here. But it's still fine.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they have two dead. Timo's kind of like trapped between you and your team. Nice. Yeah, so just get this blue. That'll help your speed up everything actually anyways on the Baron take, and then help these guys get this down because they're struggling to DPS it. Yeah, you're good. Okay. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see because I don't think the enemy team was down that much, but I think that things were just going so poorly for them because of the split push that Darius put on that like they panic split pushed, and then that made things worse because now they're losing the fight even though they were probably even or still ahead in gold.
Right. So Darius is a buddy of mine, and he just started playing him 2 days ago, I think.
Mhm.
And it's definitely his champ. Like that's his champ to climb with. And
Or
I
do
was
you
just
duo
giving
with
him
them?
little, yeah. I was just giving him little tips. I'm like, bro, split push here. Fuck. I trolled.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's really not good.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, just be like patient with the wall. Anivia is actually a champion that really likes people running into her, especially with like her ult, and it makes hitting her Q easier and stuff like that. So you don't want to necessarily be the one to chase, and you don't want to be the one to engage.
So kind of play like an assassin.
Um,
The abyss.
well, you play more like a Braum, right? It's just that Anivia wants to fight in that choke point that they were in, and you like ran at them and forced them out of the choke point that you wanted them to run through at you guys in, to do the most damage with your ult and like have an easy time hitting Q. Nice.
Okay. I think I redeemed myself a little bit there.
Careful, you don't have passive. It's little things like there, like you didn't react to the Scion ult, right? You just like preemptively casted it. So then when he ulted into your team, like he hit like 3 people instead of us being able to block it. And then like we queued, I believe, before. Oh, yeah, we queued before the like the Scion queue. Maybe we thought we could just burst him, but like I think a couple of people on our team also got hit by Scion Q while he was dying.
Gotcha.
So like that too. Yeah, little stuff like that. But yeah, they're still actually really strong.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So that's kind of the thing, is like I guess it's like League's a very momentum based game. Like if you don't understand who's actually winning and like who's stronger, then it can be like very momentum based, because somebody, maybe you'll have situations all the time in League where like somebody will get picked before a team fight, and then the team will fight 4v5. They'll lose the team fight, and then they'll say, okay, I guess we can't team fight anymore. Because
Right.
you'd have to pay attention to the fact and understand collectively that like, oh, we just lost this fight because somebody got picked before. But a lot of players aren't understanding that nuance, especially the lower rank you go. So
Right.
now all of a sudden a team that actually does win 5v5, like a team that's ahead 10 kills with the Karthus, realizes that they actually are stronger.
Yeah, speak of the devil. Literally what's happening.
And so now that like momentum shifted back to the other team, they're like realizing that they can actually fight. So we're not looking to fight here, right? Zeri's dead. You're just wave clearing and stalling. Don't want to fight 4v5.
A world in perfect stillness.
Your turret has been destroyed.
We're just gonna have to try to clear the wave when we get back from Fountain. So that's like very unfortunate, but also we need to like see what's going on. You know, like yeah, that's
Wow.
unfortunate. But like we didn't even pan our camera to see like what's happening, why we're losing the game. So like the last two team fights we like were top pushing, and it's good to be top instead of to be 5 ARAMing mid. But also at a rank like this, and like even like other coaches will get upset when I say this, but like it's my opinion because this is the way that I play. It's like you have to adapt a lot to the rank that you're playing at, right? And like the way that you play to get out of gold is a lot different than the way that you play to get out of like plat or to get out of diamond, right?
Right.
And it doesn't feel good to play down to the level that you're playing at, but you have to a certain extent. So like just because it's good for you to like, you know, push out all your waves and like get solo XP and gold in top lane doesn't mean that your team at that stage in the game at this rank is going to allow you to do that, because what happens when you go top there is you get one minion wave. But I'm going to tell you, right, just like in silver or whatever, that in silver, in gold, your team is going to fight there while you're top, or you know, they'll engage on your team. It doesn't really matter how it happens, right? Their team will force an engage on your team because they see you top. Your team will, you know, force an engage on them, not realizing that you're top. Something bad will happen more than like 50% of the time, like a high percentage of the time, something's going to happen there. Because when you have two teams at a low rank standing right next to each other, like contesting each other, they're going to go for that fight. Like they're not going to sit there and dance with each
Two
other
feral dogs
for a
just
long
staring
time.
at each other.
It's like we
Yeah.
talked about with like lower rank players wanting to throw their abilities all the time, right? And like we're trying to decondition from that, because it's like you actually want to be more deliberate with how you're using your abilities instead of just like throwing them to try to do damage.
Right.
And it's the same thing. It's like if you have two teams lined up ready to team fight in gold, they're not going to check most of the time where all of their teammates are, and you know, whether they're actually strong enough to win 5v5 or have the game knowledge to know. They want to fight because that's what League of Legends is about. It's fun to go in and fight and try to win. And so that's what they're going to do, is they're going to sit there for like 5 seconds tops before somebody decides that they're bored and goes in. And it only takes one player, you know, pulling a Leroy Jenkins, and then the whole squado is going in, you know.
I'm so glad you know that reference.
So it's like, yeah, that's kind of
Here's the
thing.
clip, by the way,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the.
let's watch.
Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see it.
So like, I see Zed and Sion, and Neela's behind them. I should have been waiting for her to cross the wall.
Yeah, I would have liked to see you wait here a second.
Let him like go back and
But
forth. At this
not even
point,
because
at the
like
down.
of the hindsight that like we know that Warwick ended up ulting here, but just because like the Scion is a closer target to us, and there's like a couple of reasons. Like for one, we could just, once we see which direction the Scion is going, we can get a better wall. Like if he goes the same direction as Zed, and then we like wall both of them into our team and like cut their team in half, that's great, right? But we need to see where Scion goes first in order to do that. If Scion goes the way that he went here and like walks the other way around the wall, well, Sion's really isolated from the rest of his team here. And yes, he's a tank, but like he's really isolated from the rest of his team trying to walk all the way around over here. So if we wall Scion here, that's maybe, you know, a better option than what we end up going for right here. The other thing is that like we had talked about earlier, best use of our wall in a lot of cases is to hold this and wait for Scion ult. We're not waiting for Scion ult. We're casting W too early here and not using it in the best case. Yeah, it's a defensive thing to like to protect your team from the Scion ult, like to prevent him from ever getting in and using it on your team.
Interesting.
So, you know, and then of course like there's, if you're going to go for the wall on Zed, like it has to be, you know, like on the right side. I think
that was the other thing I just realized too, is that even if I did theoretically get this just right, where I got Scion and Zed. Zed can just W out, and then Scion's
Right.
too tanky for us to probably cut in half.
Right. That's another good reason why, like, of targets that you want to try to trap on your side of the map here, if Zed's just going to W away or something, then your wall isn't actually going to do anything. So that's another thing, like we talked about earlier, is you may not want to lead with.
And this was for Soul too. That's where I really fucked up.
Yeah.
This lost us.
And this was like, it was for Soul, and it was like a lot of momentum. Like, this is the team fight that made them realize that they actually still win team fights, right? And that this is where they gained momentum back in the game. Now, again, if we can see the team gold, like, your team is actually still down 1,300 gold here. So, so that's the thing. Like, we talked about somebody getting picked. It could be as simple as, like, if we used Anivia W better and Warwick doesn't get trapped on the side, wrong side of this wall, and we have Anivia wall to use when they're running in at us to separate their team or to block a Scion ult. If we play this fight differently, maybe we win this team fight despite the gold lead, and then they've lost so much leading up to this that they just don't have a way to, like, recover momentum essentially in this game. Like, they just don't believe that they win 5v5 anymore. And that can be like a self-fulfilling negative prophecy, because all of a sudden, if they don't think that they win 5v5 anymore, half their team's going to not want to commit to a fight, while the other half of their team does, and then they're going to be, like, disoriented in fights. The same thing here. Like, after you use the wall, you also, like, walk in, right? Like, why are we walking in so far here?
Like, I was trying to secure a pick, and I'm still getting used to the fact that I'm playing with people who are less likely to be aloof. So I'm still trying to fill in on the role of, like a Darius, where it's like, go in, flash E, pull somebody in to the pick. Yeah.
Why queue the Scion here? Like, if you play the clip, like, why queue the Scion here as opposed to, like, when we walk up, why not, like, queue the Zed and then kill the Zed? Because you're saying that you're playing for the pick on the Zed here, right? If you just, like, QE the Zed, isn't he just dead?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
So that's the other thing too, is, like, if we're walking in for the pick, then we just, like, I don't even think we get our E off. So if we, like, stack this, I mean, the best thing to do would be to chain the CC, so even Warwick has a little bit of extra time to do damage. So maybe the play is even salvageable, because if, Zed just dies here, even if Warwick's caught on the wrong side of the wall, maybe he's okay for a little bit longer.
Right.
And then, of course, like, because we walked up here, but we didn't get the pick, our positioning's really compromised. So, like, we can't do anything else after this first combo. Like, we just don't do anything else in the fight, because we're just dead, like, because of our positioning. So, again, with a lot of these champions, we're, just like we were talking about with Zed, but it's the same with a mage too, is, like, we're trying to get multiple rounds of ability combos off. So if we just die and we only get one combo off, and our one combo was, like, trolling our team with the wall, that's obviously that's not ideal. So
yeah. Uh-oh.
I like your rune page name. That's funny. Well, okay, so we lost to Zed on Anivia, so now we have to run back the matchup the other way around, because I think Anivia is weak right now.
Right. Really?
No, I'm just
joking. Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's see what stunts she does to troll her team this time.
Okay, so like, what's our plan going into the game? Like, how do we think the lane's gonna go first off?
We got so with Anivia, assuming it's Anivia mid.
Yep.
I know she's really mana bound, and if she's smart, she's gonna try to poke me off the waves. So I'll play passive up until about 3 or 4, and then wait for either a gank or place my WEQs correctly to just poke her down.
Mm-hmm.
And then once 6 comes along, I'm probably just gonna roam, clear waves and just roam off of that. Yeah, she's a one trick. That's hilarious. God damn it.
Well, this will be good because we can also learn a lot from like the way Anivia is playing too. Since
True.
we're interested in playing Anivia, I assume this guy's probably going to be better at Anivia than we played the last game.
Hey, chill out, buddy. Okay.
Okay.
Just fucking with you.
I know. I mean, obviously, like you've been doing well with Anivia, otherwise you wouldn't be winning so much.
Yeah, that was probably the worst game I've
unfortunate.
had as Anivia,
Yeah.
just because of how much I trolled. Because those are my power spikes. When I play those things correctly, the momentum starts to shift really fast in my favor.
Yeah, so let's like not do what the Zed did in the last game, which is the Zed lost like all of his health pots instantly and got forced into a really bad spot in the lane.
Right.
So it'd be a lot better if we can actually save our HP. Oh, that's not good.
Sick.
Minions have spawned.
Got a 48% win rate as Anivia.
So that's like a lot of HP to trade for that minion, right? Like probably if we miss Q on that minion, we just give it up.
Yeah, that was not worth it.
Yeah. Despite that, I think we're actually still doing better than the others said. Which is kind of crazy if you think about it.
An ally has been slain.
Okay, she's like vulnerable here because she doesn't have stun. So you should be looking to pressure because she just used stun and wasted it. Yeah, nice.
True. That should be her.
Yeah,
egg.
that should be the egg. So you should play slow here because you have 2 pots. So it's going to take a little while. Or maybe it won't. But yeah, you want to get your HP up first. Yeah, you're still down on HP. She still has a pot too. So you're going to have to play slow here.
Okay.
Careful because your top laner is not here.
Yeah.
So this is just like the fight before. That's fine.
Yep.
Oh, he's dead.
Ally has been slain.
Careful, because their jungler's still here. Oh, dang.
Wow.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Oh, dang. Yeah, you could just flash auto E her there and she would have died.
I was thinking about it.
I think like
I
the
should have
initial
done it.
play was a little bit aggressive, but I
Yes,
think
it
it was
was.
actually going to work if you go back in. But yeah, you can't just stand there. And then, like I said, like I think you had Anivia in a good spot, but like we didn't really play it slow. We played it really aggressive by going in initially. I think it would have worked though, like I said, but I
Yeah, I
wouldn't
was
have played
thinking,
it
'cause
so
I know
fast.
it's hard to farm under tower as Anivia. It's just hard in general. I
Yeah.
think
So
LS has people like load up practice tool and only CS with Anivia to get better as like an AD carry and whatnot. Just because her auto attack timing is so slow.
yeah. And when I say like play slow, I'm sure you know what I mean, but like just to be clear, like I mean
Yeah,
like
let
don't
it play out
don't all in
quicker.
right away. Like look to poker down a little bit and trade a little bit more first before you all in. Because like we were gonna hit 6 soon, we had ignite coming up, you know. So if we wait for those timers, we just kill her for free without it having to be so close.
Ally has
Right.
been slain.
Like her level 6 power spike is not as big as yours is, and especially because in that situation like she was low, so your ult is like kill threat. Same thing with ignite coming up. I think you killed the Cho'Gath here if you played slow.
We both misplayed that.
Okay, their top laner's coming. I think you walked too far away from the Cho'Gath, but I mean, I guess you didn't have much up. Yeah, you guys win this 3v2, but wait for your top laner to arrive. Don't like kill yourself. Okay. Okay, not too. Uh-oh. Yeah, we just like didn't make good use of our HP here. Maybe. Yeah. Oh no, we don't W in.
Oh!
It's unfortunate that the Q's missed, but like you don't W back in there.
Yeah, I was just trying to land the auto. So I saw the.
But yeah,
miss
like
and
the way
figured
that you played versus the set in the beginning of the fight, like was very very rough in terms of spacing, because like you're losing 90% of your HP and then essentially turning this 3v2 fight that you guys should just win into like a 2v2 fight.
Yeah.
So that was really rough. And then Anivia's egg is back up. I was thinking about that when you killed her in the jungle here, that like her egg might be back up soon. So, and it wasn't. So it's definitely up now. And Anivia's moving to them. So like we should at least be noticing what's happening or like looking, because this would be another 3v2 fight, but we're just not even panning. So she's got egg. Oh no, she didn't have egg. Oh wow, it's such a long cooldown actually. I was wrong. Nice. So I was gonna say if she had egg, kind of bad to ult the Anivia there instead of the other guy.
Yeah, no, she just came up from it.
But oh, they used it. Oh, that's why. Never mind. Well, at least somebody's paying attention. But yeah. But yeah. If Anivia has egg there, don't ult the Anivia. If she does, it's okay to ult her. That's fine. So they egged her in that fight, so it's on cooldown now when we come back to lane, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so like I would, like be careful for a little bit. Like we just want to catch this wave and not lose our HP. Because like we win when we're full HP and she's full HP, but if she gets the time to poke us down, then we're not going to have such an easy time.
Right.
So we want to, yeah, it's very nice that she very graciously let us have this wave for free. Maybe she's moving bot, so like we want to be careful of that. Nah, she's AFK. So that was very gracious of him. But yeah, we're looking to play for like our old cooldown timer here. And I mean, maybe we can poke the Anivia out before and then look for all in with ult. But maybe not. I mean, she's actually just looking to shove over and over again. So we just got to be careful here with like keeping tabs on Anivia. Like if we're just free farming like this, I think this is fine for us. But maybe she just wants to handshake the free farm. But like she was good. She'd be like getting these waves in, and then she'd be like moving bot and ganking our bot lane because our bot lane's like really pushed up to turret, right?
Right.
But we just see her staying in mid over and over again, which is great. So here she might move to bot, especially, yeah, Cho'Gath's like running back, like he's running back to his Anivia. And so I was going to say she's more likely to get pulled down here this time because Cho'Gath's actually there, but maybe he just reset. So like we should probably shove our mid wave out as fast as possible once we suspect that Anivia's recalled and then like go top insta here. Because we know that when we looked before top, that was like a very volatile situation. And then the thing about set is we just make sure that we don't give him an R out. Nice, okay. So that's like kind of unfortunate because the wave, but I mean it's worth the kill, especially the shutdown. I don't think... oh yeah, you're fine to move bot here. Oh yeah, this is really nice actually, because your duo took over mid. Oh no.
Tragic.
Yeah, so like never use your W to gap close on somebody who's running away in like the wrong direction like that, because again, like we're talking about with Anivia wall or anything else, like we want to use our abilities like almost reactively based on what they're doing. And if we just throw everything first, like if we throw our W, we just gave up so much distance that we had on him. Like the reason why Vel'Koz is 100% guaranteed dead there is because we're positioned behind him, because we've managed to flank him. We give up our flank position by Wing in. Like, yes, he flashed, and that was, like, unexpected, and that's why that happened. But, like, we gave that ability to get out to him. Whereas if we just wait for him to walk, he's not going to flash into melee range of us. That'd be, like, moronic. So he's just dead if we just, like, wait. Or if we just throw WEQ without taking our W, right? We just poke him down. even if we want to commit the ult, we can like WEQ without taking the second W in. Then we ult to finish him off if he's not running into us, right? And he's just stalling or whatever. We want the kill instead of our bot lane. Like, we just do something like that. But you just don't let him have the escape there.
Right.
And kind of unrelated, but like I said earlier, really important in this game because we're playing against a set that we don't play like that. Because if we have a flank on set, you know, he's going to ult to us to get even further out if we're trying to flank a set. So it's really important to not give him an out like that too.
Gotcha.
Okay, this looks decent. They got a kill. Your team's low, but you have first move over Anivia. Yeah, nice. Okay. Like, it's a little bit
Just had no
unfortunate that we
energy.
just had, yeah, like, just not enough energy, a little bit, you know, a little bit less damage than we'd like, but the way that you played that with your abilities was much, much better. Oh.
All right.
An ally has been slain.
Hope he gets her.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you probably just reset here.
I bet you he's still there.
Yep. Yeah, you're just wasting time. You should just reset. That's like, I'm surprised that he's... What are we doing?
Trust.
Okay.
We're gonna add this to the montage reel.
Yeah, no, it's a really good play from Vel'Koz actually. Like, this is something that happens the higher up in rank you go more and more often, is like people will camp these spots in between turrets and like not let you walk up. And I'm surprised that he did that. But it's really good from him. Yeah, but like, I wouldn't even say that you need to be that cognizant of it in gold. But like, a better player would be cognizant of that and then like not walk up not paying attention the way that you did. Like, a lot of people would actually like W into the bush to check it or like ward it. I know that sounds like crazy hindsight, but like, the higher up you go, I wouldn't worry about that in gold. Nice.
I played that so bad.
Yeah, honestly, like, even though that play seems like just dumb or whatever, I think that like that play makes me think Vel'Koz is actually smurfing.
Yeah,
But-
he's silver one.
Yeah.
I mean,
An
I'm
ally has been
gold
slain.
3, 80 something LP, so
Oh, so he maybe
that, like,
because high MMR
differential's
or something.
pretty- Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. That's pretty close. I'd have to see his account. But this is very similar to last game, right? Like, we're down like 5 turrets to 0. We're down 3.8k gold. So what we need to do, and we scale really well. Like, we have Seraphine, Zed, even Mordekaiser. Like, we all scale well. So we need to like slow the game down, pick up some tier 1 turrets for free, get some, you know, comeback gold. I mean, they're gonna die doing this though. The problem is with that is that there's no angle to actually take a tier 1 turret right now. Like, you see nobody on the map. You've got like no waves. But your bot lane like pushed out way too far. Like, they stick out like a sore thumb because they're obviously the furthest ones out. So that's unfortunate. Should look at what's happening here. Maybe we can do something. Probably not now that Cho'Gath's here. That's fine though, he can walk it out. I think it was okay for him to look for that there because like, you see that they have multiple people bot. So usually if you make some sort of cross-map play, like, odds are, even if they do have more people that aren't showing, like, odds are they're not going to be there. But
Right.
once you see the Cho'Gath, you just back off, which is fine. So, like, now they're TPing on top. So we see, like, Mundo fighting Cho'Gath, so we should be panning our camera and looking what's happening.
Oh my god.
Oh wow, that's not good. So we kind of like blew the Q on the Vel'Koz when he was getting Seraphine ulted and missed it, so we kind of blew it there. But like, I think like if you're gonna ult the Cho'Gath anyways, like, you could walk at them and then like ult the Cho'Gath in the beginning, and now you're like in range to hit Vel'Koz with everything, and then you just try to blow both of them up.
Panning. I didn't.
Right, and then like we can move there faster too. So like, also you can think of like the distance that you miss the Q by as like, if I move there a little bit quicker because I'm paying attention to the fight, then now all of a sudden I'm in range for that Q. Things like that.
I'll think of that.
So this was a big thing, of course, that like we had been talking about, is like the camera panning. Is like, what are we trying to look for when we're moving our camera around? Like, what is the difference between, you know, me when I was playing on lock screen years ago versus like you playing unlocked camera, but we're not seeing what's going on? Dang, that was close. Like, we want to be seeing what's going on.
Oh, does he steal it?
Maybe. Oh, it was close.
Oh, he died.
Really close. But we want to be seeing what's going on with our teammates, right? Like, we want to be seeing, okay, these people are getting picked. We need to be keeping track of where everyone on the other team is showing, so that we know if we can go for a kill or not. He ulted the egg.
Oh,
what
man.
a beast.
Yeah, we have no turrets.
Okay.
Maybe his bot.
Careful. Somebody could be in that bush. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think we win this. God.
Dang. Yeah, I think like we're already really far behind, so it's really hard. But also, you know, in that fight, like if you think about what happened, like we saw them walk into the bush, and then you're just like not aware of the fact that they can be camping the bush. So then like Set
Yeah.
chunked a bunch of your HP, and that made it hard for you to like be as effective in the fight because you lost that HP to Set before the fight started. And then like your WEQ was good, but then when you W'd back in, you got like one auto, maybe one E, and then you die. So like I don't know that you got a whole lot of value from Wing back in there. You know, once Mundo went in, you just don't get like a lot of value from going back in there as opposed to like waiting for another combo.
Right.
And again, I don't think it goes much better anyways. Like I think you probably still lose. But
No, I could if I was playing.
it's all these little
I think
things.
that was winnable.
And it's not just like being aware that they can be in the bush too, in terms of like, you know, getting hit there out of the bush, but it's also like when we're talking about camera panning, which is a big issue that I'm seeing, is like when I'm looking at that situation and I see that they've like gone out of vision, you know, into that bush and out of the way there, I'm like panning onto that bush even though I don't see them right now because I'm aware that that's like a threat. And that's like a area I have to be careful of and like pay attention to. So like that bush in that situation scares me. So I'm like watching the bush even though I don't have vision in it in case, I don't know, somebody uses an ability that gives vision. They do something out of the bush that shows me where they are, right? Like just so I'm like keeping tabs on it. Like my camera would be panned down a little bit differently. So like this situation was, so let's see.
And I know what I'm doing wrong in the moment. That's the worst part, is like I can. What the hell?
But that's good too. It's like if you're thinking to yourself, oh, it's doing a weird like screen thing. Did it do that for you too?
Yeah.
No. The whatever app.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Am I quiet?
No.
Okay.
Not too quiet.
I just got a new headset, so I don't know if it's. Some people have been saying I'm quiet. Some people are saying I'm too loud.
Oh, in the video?
No, in Discord.
Oh, in Discord. No, I think it's. I mean, it's like slightly quiet, but like my mic is also usually slightly quiet, but it's better because it doesn't echo as much that way. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think it's like a fine volume level. You know what it is like, this is something I learned when I started doing the YouTube stuff actually, is like I have my volume set at 50 out of 100 on my computer. Mm-hmm. And so I have like an average, you know, kind of volume level on the computer, because when I first started making my videos, I like to have my volume on my computer just like maxed out at 100. And some people do that, but then the problem with doing that is like when you max out your volume at 100 on the computer, when you hear how loud things, when you hear how loud things are, that's like might sound normal to you, but to somebody else, it's like, you know, giga quiet because they have their volume half as loud as you, and so they can't hear you at all when, you know. But yeah, so like in this situation, let's see.
I was so close to 6
you were
too.
like 2 minions off of 6. You're gonna hit it on like the next wave. I guess 6 was Ignite was still.
I think I was afraid of him just backing, which is a win. I shouldn't be afraid of that.
Yeah, but then it's like, okay, so if he has teleport or whatever, I was gonna ask at this point, but so like if he has teleport, it sucks a little bit if he backs and he's let out of this situation, but then that's the kind of scenario where it's like, okay, well now we get a free WEQ on him because he's looking to recall and we're aware of that, and so we can stop him under tower and like poke him for free. Or you know, like, okay, he burns TP, but then like we get to recall, he gets to recall, and then we, you know, we come back and we start working on it over again now that we're 6 and have Ignite a minute later and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we played it too fast, but I think like if you do everything perfectly there, even though it was fast, I think you can kill him.
Why did I go in?
Right, so like you've used all of your abilities, so all you have here is autos, right? So like when you see that Cho'Gath's like, let's say 30-40% HP.
I thought Mord and Set were gonna keep 1v1ing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just you're playing it too fast, right? You're not seeing what set's doing. Like if that's your idea, then you need to like confirm that that's actually happening, or like play back, wait for that to be the case, and then when set is really like locked into an animation on Mordekaiser or whatever, then that happens. But like we essentially lost all of our HP in this fight just to do like one or two autos to Cho'Gath, and it didn't really do anything, right? And then if we get to live here on, you know, having 70% more HP, not giving them all that damage for free, waiting for our abilities to come back up, you know, imagine we have our combo now, and now we get to position in the river and chase them down and just kill them for free instead of having to try to hit over the wall. And then like if we hit our Q here, he just dies to the combo. But if we miss, we miss. Like if we go back in, we're just gonna die. So we can't just go back in here.
It's still messing with my head. I don't know how these Qs miss, because it's like the angling, because it's like a tabletop game, quote unquote. So the angles are slightly skewed.
Well,
Like
let's see what.
if you're
Yeah,
on
that's
this
true.
side of the map,
But let's see
it's
what
elevated.
happens.
Yeah.
I mean, he's running obviously up into top lane though, and your Q is angled not anywhere near up at top lane. It's angled off to like dry brush.
Huh.
So like it is frustrating that it misses because like your shadow's so on top of
It
him
just feels right.
that you
It
have
feels right.
you have like a bigger cone in the initial area that it's going to potentially hit, but like you're queuing the wrong direction essentially. Like
Yeah.
you queued the direction he's running, not like that way.
Right. Yeah, so I saw she had no mana, and she didn't have egg.
So the other thing I was wondering about is, okay, even if she doesn't have egg here, if nah, I think the way you played it was fine. So if you ult the other guy, what is it, like Mundo or something? Or no, Mundo's your guy. Yeah, if you ult the set here, I think Mundo might live if you kill him fast enough. But I think it's not worth it. I think you just let him die and get the double kill. I think that the way that it played out here was better. Like, I don't think it's worth letting Anivia get away in order to save this guy. You got to be kind of selfish in solo queue, like especially as, you know, you're playing like Zed mid, so you've got to get like gold and get ahead.
Yeah.
So I think that like this was good.
We definitely win this game, but that comp on the other team, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's nuts. I'll be right back while you're loading.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, no free advertising for Professor. I'll put my webcam in front. Just kidding.
Taking forever.
I had one of those one time for like jungle timers, which was really nice. But other than that, these apps really annoy me actually.
Yeah, anything else drives me insane. Sometimes even Professor is too much.
Actually, I mean, some of it's nice. I think the Team Gold thing is kind of nice. I'd like a summoner spell tracker too. I think some of those have that, but
It actually has that. I just don't use it.
oh, okay. But like, what is it? The thing that really annoyed me is I like use item sets like a lot, and like, you know, I've worked on building up my item sets exactly the way I want it, and it was like
Right.
importing runes and items and stuff like that. I'm sure
Yeah.
you can turn that part off,
Yeah,
but
I don't use any of
when I
that.
uninstalled it, it like left the item sets that it had imported, with like
Oh, we're
not a.
using like stale ones?
It was weird. It like left the item sets and I couldn't delete them.
Huh.
I forget how I actually fixed it, but okay, we gotta invade.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah, if Lux or I can land something, it's GG.
Nice. So like it's unfortunate Yasuo flashed away or whatever, but your Q was very good, like the timing,
Yeah, I was trying to get
because
them both.
yeah, you were very patient with like waiting to see which direction they ran and stuff like that. That's exactly like how we should be using our abilities.
Gotcha.
A beating heart holds violence within it. The cycle ends here. The abyss speaks through me. The world must be saved from itself.
Damn. Just trying to hold
I
her off the
think there's
cannon.
two things. So one, yeah. I think it's very interesting that you like put like the second point into E instead of W.
Yeah, you do the same thing with like an Azir soldier. Because the damage amp is huge. Uh-uh. Not if you do that.
Life is corruption. Ice is purity. A world in perfect stillness. My skies darken. suffering.
What summoner spells does Diana have? Does she have TP?
Flash Ignite. Yeah, she might be backing.
Yeah, she probably took the opportunity to reset. So you don't have time to shove this. I would have liked to see you thin it and then TP back. I guess you just like last hit this and then you're gonna have to recall as soon as you get this minion and then TP back.
So now I can shove it now that I have ult.
She'll be back.
A beating heart holds violence within.
Maybe you're fine.
The cycle ends here.
Eh.
First blood. An ally has been
Took
slain.
boots.
Yeah, Diana's bot. Yeah, usually you rush boots.
I did not know that.
I'm kind of surprised that, but I think in this situation too, like, I
Maybe
kind of
TP
think,
the shove.
well, yeah, I mean, that's true. You can't TP bot to cover this roam, right? So because you
No,
took
I
this,
mean mid. TP mid and shove.
yeah, so because you took this recall here and she went bot, like your only response is to TP mid and pressure mid. Instead, like the advantage now is that we didn't TP, so we have TP up. But what is it, what does that do for us? Because we can't make a TP play somewhere else still. So unless we're like planning on getting chunked and shoved out of lane, which we shouldn't.
Well,
be.
I'm really mana reliant, and
That's why I was gonna say I think that for you, especially on Anivia, like you talk about the value that the items give, and we can get into some of that, like component items for different champions, but I think that you get a lot of value here on this recall instead of blasting wand, going like tier 1 boots, ruby crystal, mana crystal, like sapphire crystal, I think is really good.
well, I try to rush the Roa too. That's the other component here because that takes
true.
time.
Yeah,
I try to rush that.
that's true. Nice.
I think I just lagged a little bit.
Yeah,
An enemy
looks like
has
it.
been slain. Double kill.
Good job.
I hear whispers.
An ally has been slain.
I have seen eons of suffering. Have serenity.
So check if she's recalling. Yeah, she recalled. So, like, not great to let her recall there. Although she might have taken such
No
a.
way.
Oh, she's just roaming.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say that was just really fast.
yeah. This is good. We just get plates.
An ally has been slain.
A beating heart holds violence.
Yeah, we can move now. This is good. Oh dang. Okay, you just go back to
Yeah,
hitting.
they're gonna.
Nah, I think we would have been better off hitting mid instead of this play.
Yeah, I would have had Roa.
Slain.
She's got to have backed off of that, and I saw Yi bot like a minute ago. So
like, there's just no play there unless they just completely grief and walk into you, like, on a ward. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So I was gonna say, like, yeah, it doesn't make sense for her to necessarily have recalled there because, like, she just got back into lane. But since you got back into lane, like, you had item advantage or gold advantage spent on her. Oh.
Shut down.
Life is corruption. Ice is purity.
Okay, so, like, Diana's missing, so, like, we'll think about what she's looking to do here. Maybe she's roaming bot, maybe she's recalling. Yeah, she's bot.
God, they're so low.
So she's still bot, so we have time to keep pushing. We've spent like a lot of time just kind of wandering around here. Yeah, we can go help him with this, since we have first move. Just want to be a little bit careful. So like at this point you probably gotta go back and catch the wave mid. In general too, when like you're doing grubs or something like this, especially if we're worried like that they could potentially come or something, like it's not really worth using your Q in particular on the grubs. Like you're gonna do plenty of damage without using it, and then you just have that tool available to you if they come.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to be careful here, because like we see Tahm Kench roaming down towards mid. Their jungler just showed near us. You can even look at like what's happening bot, because Yasuo is like in our jungle right now. You can probably cut him off. Oh, he's probably out now. Nice. Really good that you held the stun there right until after you EQ'd. That's very good.
Yeah, thank you.
It's like, League's just like rock, paper, scissors. You're just thinking like, okay, how is this guy going to use his abilities against mine? And how can I, you know, wait out whatever they're doing or use my abilities, like, once they've used certain things or whatever, so that my abilities can get more value. So, like, obviously, the way that he's going to play is at some point he's going to Q. He's probably going to, you know, want to wait, if he was really good, to try to dodge your Q or some other form of CC, right? So, and then you get into mind games. Like, when you go higher up, it's like, okay, well, he knows he doesn't want to use his Q until you Q, and you know you don't want to Q until he Qs, so now neither of you use it.
Right.
And then everyone just ends up holding their abilities forever, which is like how I realized that like me spamming my abilities was no good, because all good players are holding their abilities like crazy. See what's going on with the Yi. Maybe we can. It's kind of hard. Oh yeah, this looks good. Nice. Yeah, perfect. And there, right, like he's CC'd, he has no target to Q2, even if he wasn't. You
Yeah,
know,
we chained
everyone's
it.
out of range. So yeah, we chain it there, and then that's nice. Vayne almost killed herself anyways.
I'm trolling. God damn it.
Yeah,
I
just
threw that.
can't walk up to Yasuo like that. I was thinking too, like we
I
gotta
still
get.
thought he was dead.
I'm just thinking like, what do we gain from even staying bot here too? Like we gotta get back to our mid wave because we've been gone for so long. Vayne came and took it, which
God,
was
that
good.
was tower just for that. Jesus.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, we probably have to TP back mid here. That's good though. Vayne
He's
ended
gonna
up
roam off of
claiming
this,
it.
I think.
Yeah, yeah, and she keeps getting these roam timers on us, and like a lot of this comes back to. I mean, we got that roam bot off, I guess. So they're fighting Yi, so I'd be paying attention to what's going on with that.
An enemy has been slain.
Nice.
Thank you.
An ally
So yeah, like now Diana's moved there the whole time, but we didn't go. So we either need to be like shoving mid here,
I did
probably.
that before I left.
Oh, I don't mean like shoving the wave. I mean like actively hitting the turret because Diana
Oh,
wasn't there.
oh, oh.
Yeah, yeah. Or like committing to move to the play when we see that there's like a fight breaking out. I know that like it looked like the skirmish ended for a second, but then like
Yeah.
Diana moved and was able to re-engage. So, and we didn't get anything for it, so we just kind of let him get away with it. Nice. Oh, that's good though. Yeah, that was like another good chain CC. So that's nice.
The abyss.
What the what? Okay.
Yeah, so dragon's in 20, so we want to get like mid prio before this dragon. But we got to be careful, you can't like walk in there because, right, somebody can be in there.
Endless
Oh, that's so unfortunate. We have to be like a little bit closer before we throw it.
Yeah, I thought I had enough range.
Yeah. It's tough because that's like a balancing act between the time and the range, but
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I don't know. What are you doing?
Yeah, don't throw Q like that at the start. Yeah, see, like, we're defenseless because we have nothing. Also,
You're right.
like, he's not the one who should be shoving mid, but he's not wrong.
Right.
Like, you guys just started Dragon for no reason. Like, everyone's up on both teams. Vayne's not there. You want to be playing for mid prio. That way you can move into the river, like, easier and have more control. When you're just letting them, like, you took mid prio, like we talked about, but then you know, we're not starting the Dragons, so we let them come back and then they get mid prio. And now we're
Gotcha.
just sitting AFK in the river. We're giving mid prio back to them actually. So he's not wrong. Like if there's a wave crashing into your mid turret, you're not just gonna start Dragon 5v5,
Right.
you know, and lose a wave.
I feel
So we gotta be like, we're just playing the side lane and we're aware of what's happening around the map. So like Diana, Tahm Kench are top. Seraphine's mid, like our Vayne is recalled. Baron's up, but we're, you know, like it's very early. Neither team's really looking to do it.
Yeah, there's 3 mid.
Yeah, you can like try to wrap. They're pretty far up. I think Lux hit a bind. You can like keep looking. Okay, Vayne's covering bot. You guys can't start Baron here. Nice. This could be really good. Oh.
What the fuck is he pinging me for?
Well, you didn't. You shouldn't flash into the E there.
Flash into the E.
Like,
oh, into the E. Oh,
yeah, it was
no, I was
good.
gonna kill him because then we could Baron if we.
Yeah, but you just die because you flashed into melee range of the E. So like,
True.
it was good to look for the initial pick. The initial pick looked good, but like you guys didn't have enough damage to kill him. So part of that was because Yorick like didn't come and hit the E, right? He like went up and fought upwards instead of looking at the E pick. He like didn't see it or whatever. But like if you don't have enough damage, even just chunking the E out is very, very helpful there. Like maybe even just chunking him out is enough to do the Baron. Or like he'll, you know, you can't start the Baron right away, but you know, you've got a pick and he's super low and now they make one more misstep and now they're in a lot of trouble, right?
Gotcha.
So yeah, but we like overcommitted to try to kill the E. Like we didn't have the damage to kill him, we just flashed into melee range. And then that's the other thing too, right? Like if we're waiting for our cooldowns so that we actually have the damage to kill him, we can use our flash defensively there, or like even if we just don't use it at all and then our abilities come up, we get an extra second or two to live. Now all of a sudden he is actually just dead. But the whole thing kind of blew up because Yi actually survived the pick and then was able to like kill a lot of people. That's not great.
Should just shove mid if she's not moving, or if she does move.
Yeah, you have to be careful though, because they have one person missing, I think. Yeah, he was next to mid. The important thing is, like, they're not going to do Baron off of one pick either. Or I guess they have two. So, I mean, like, they picked your jungler and your support, and they're just not doing Baron, so that's kind of nice. Here, like, probably 10 seconds ago, we should have TP'd to the top turret to defend the Vayne, but we didn't see it. But that's okay. Like, I'm not 100% that would have worked out. Now you gotta back up, though.
See them backing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm worried that you'll get flanked from mid. Yep.
Yeah.
I think you're fine, though. If that's the only person behind you, you just walk it out. Just, like, walk to Xinjiao. You have to play slow because Vayne is still in Fountain. Although I don't know that they're going to give you a lot of time.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I think maybe the dragon's just gone there because of all the deaths your team had. And contesting it just wasn't good. Like, essentially, you're looking to play that fight really, really slow. Like, if Vayne can arrive and they're still there after taking the dragon, or maybe dragon's, like, actually low enough you can go in for a steal once your team is there, then you can look. Lux traded 1-for-1 top, I think, with Diana. So you had, like, 4v4 if Vayne can get all the way there. But you're just, like, you can't position yourself in a way where you're going to die Well, really ever, but like until at least until the Vayne is like down there at the play with you guys.
My skies dark.
Enemy double kill. Shut down. You have been slain.
Dang.
Yeah, I didn't realize top was 1 and 6 and jungle's 2 and 9.
I think when was it like a Lux binding hit the Yasuo or something like that?
Yeah.
I think what you should have done is you should have like walked close to the wall, and thrown your ult over the wall and your E over the wall, and you might have actually bursted him at the start of that fight. It might have changed literally the whole fight.
Yeah.
So that was big, and then like really awkward angle to try to re-enter the fight. Like not your fault that was the case, because we didn't know that a fight was necessarily going to break out there and like that. But it was like a tough angle for you to re-enter the fight from, and so it was like hard to be effective because of that. So that's tough. But then like also at the end of the fight, like even if our teams lost the fight, there's just no reason for us to like re-enter and die. So that's kind of like the, it's like if you're going down with the sinking ship, you know how like the captain and the crew is supposed to go down with the sinking ship, but like in solo queue, we actually don't want to go down with the sinking ship. We want to like survive and be stronger. So we need to like not. Nice.
The cycle ends here.
Jesus.
So that was like the same thing on the Yi. Like if you RE, then I think we would have killed him. And he kind of like chain killed a couple
Holy
of people
shit.
after that.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Dang. The Q was a little bit unfortunate too, but I think that your Jinzhao or whatever, who you're playing with, like, because the Yi was on top of him, you like have to look for that Q there, because if you don't stun him there, then your Jinzhao is dead 100%. So even for like a higher level player, very understandable to look for Q there, because you're like put in a situation where like you have to try to hit Q to save that guy there, even if it's possible that like Yi's gonna Q it. So that's unfortunate.
Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
I'm gonna play probably a couple more games after this, like 15 or 20 minutes, so if you still want to hang out and chat and do some coaching, I'd love to have you.
Yeah, I'll probably play a game myself, and then I'll hop back in after I played one.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Bye.
Alright, that's it. Thanks.